Vande Matram, Namaste. So this morning we are going to discuss a beautiful topic, that is time and the man. So it is an interesting topic. Eventually we are going to discuss in brief, of course, almost in quarter an hour discussion it is for us, because we are confined to the time scale, and this time of course we are discussing here in brief. And this will be interesting, of course, when we are discussing the time and the man. So there are two things are coming to the picture. One is time. So far this gradation of time, we are differentiating time into present, past, future. And second step we are going how it is related to our consciousness. So those are things, both the parts we are going to discuss, of course, in brief in our discussion. So the topic of discussion will be almost a mixture from Aurobindo and others' writings. Of course, this is one consciousness, one feeling, one philosophy. Still, then externally we'll find some integration, some integral joining of Mother and Aurobindo's philosophy and his writing in this discussion, of course. So Sri Aurobindo initially quotes here, all the world's possibilities in man are waiting as the tree waits in its seed. So there is a possibility, simply in a tree there is a possibility of emerging out a great tree. So you know that banyan tree, we have seen how the little seed is there. So from that little seed, there is a possibility of emerging a big tree that is lasting for years, maybe for centuries. So, like this, the possibility of the tree, big tree, it was actually lying awaited till the all acclimatization, all the favorable conditions, favorable time, till it is emerging out. Like this, all the possibility, world's possibilities in man are awaiting, like as the tree waits in its seed. Then comes our topic of discussion: present, past, and future. How it is intermingled in that man. His past lives in him; it drives his future space. Already we know that is nothing is fixed. Future it is unseen. Past that is gone. On the present we are standing. So this future becoming present, it is sliding into the past. So like this, the flow of the time we see. So the past lives in him. The past lives in him. It drives his future's pace. But of course, use past as a springboard to lean towards the future. Past is our foundation. Present is our material, and the future would be our summit. His past lives in him. It drives his future space. His present acts fashion his coming fate. So these are the present, past, and future. These are the cause of his progress and the growth. These are correlated. They go together in parallel. The unborn gods hide in his house of life. The demons of the unknown overshadow his mind, casting their dreams into live moods of the thought. Just imagine how it is coming. Then again, Sri Aurobindo quotes very beautifully. Our a surface watched by in vain by regine's gaze, invaded by the impromptus of the unseen, helpless records the accidents of time. Here time again, helpless records the accidents of time. Accidents of time, here in the quotes here, that is helpless records the accidents of time. The involuntary turns and leaps of life, only a little of us foresees its steps. Very little can see the steps, they are very much conscious. The people normally in the staying in the ordinary consciousness, they what they do, they lament over the past that is not to come back, and this is truth. And they don't know, they have never seen foresee, they can't able be to foresee the face of the future. Still they are waiting the future, but instead of doing utilizing the present, where they are actually standing, it is with them, that is the most precious hour that is present, they are actually misutilizing or not able to utilize it. Then only a little of his foresee his steps, only a little, like you, who are actually very much conscious, very much aware of the steps of the future. They are only in a position to foresee its steps. Only a little has will and a purpose to pace. Will and purpose to pace on. Will to will, they have got the will and the pace to others. Simply they enjoy life in a ordinary very formal atmosphere. The dim subconscient is our carbon base. Subconscient, actually subconscient definition we have already known. Nothing is wholly dead that once had lived. In dim tunnels of the world's being and its in ours, the old rejected nature still survives. It is not wholly dead. Like we have seen the lava, it is coming. We see that is Agni, we see. So lava is coming. One is dead, no chance of getting alive, and the one is actually alive. Every day it is coming. That lavas are coming out, and the third is actually sleeping. Anytime it can explode, but the problem is that we don't know what is this one. We have no idea at all. So against Aurobindo quotes here, the dead past is dead past around our future's ankles clings. Very interesting. They are interrelated. The none is living. The dead past still survives. It is trying to survive. The unremembering hours repeat the old acts. Unremembering, we have forgotten. We are not in a position to remember. The unremembering hours repeat the old acts, and old our dead past around our future's ankles clings and drags back the new nature's glorious stride. New nature's glorious stride it is dragged back. Old thoughts, old longings, dead persons live again. That is the criteria of the subconscient. Recur in sleep or move in the waking man. To words that force the barrier of the lips, to deeds that suddenly start and overleap his head prison, his guardian will. So this old self, old past, present, and all against Aurobindo quotes very beautifully. The old self lurks in us, in the new self we are. Like old wine, new bottle. It is actually there is a continuation. So hardly we escape from what we once had been. Very difficult. We can't because of this karma flow and all. Hardly we are. This bondage is there. Hardly we escape. Very rare chance. No chance at all from what we once had been. In the dim gleam of habits passages, passage of the habits. Through that passages, in the subconscient's darkling corridor, all things are carried by the porter nerves, and nothing checked by subterranean mind. This is the present. This is the scenario of the subconscient. Anyway, we are here to discuss something on the time, of course, and this time we divided into past, present, and future. Already we have seen to some extent, and here we'll try to quote a few lines from mother's writings. The past, use the past as a springboard to leap towards the future. Already we have seen because this in the what happens in the springboard, that kinetic energy gets strained into potential energy, and this when this potential energy gets relaxed, it will throw you to it with a vigorous speed. That momentum will come, that velocity will come. With the velocity will go to a greater distance than with the original speed. So the past will be helpful, like a, for that only you are used at a springboard to lean towards the future. At every moment one must know how to lose everything in order to gain everything. जिसने कोई खोया नहीं तो वो पाएगा क्या. So in order to get you must lose everything. You are in the mother quotes here. At every moment, not only once or twice, at every moment one must know how to lose everything, how to lose everything in order to gain everything. If everything is lost, then everything will be gained. The thing is that that is the all dirty and obscured and different debased material. But here what we will get, that is change, transparent material, that is with glory, with the truthfulness, with luminosity. And here again, to shed the past as a dead body, and to reborn into the great plenitude. Dead body, dead past, it must be buried, and you will reborn the greater plenitude. To do yoga, one of the most important things is to achieve to get rid of the attachment of the past. Well, the past still wants to survive. We are struggling against it, so that prayer you can remember. Make up us hero warriors. We ask prayer to be gone. So this bondage of the attachment of the past that must be got rid of. Again, Muslim mother quotes: "Let the past be past. It is gone. No way it is returning." And concentrate only on the progress you want to make, and surrender to the divine to have to achieve. The past is gone, it will never forget. Try to concentrate on the progress, the achievement, what you are going to do, so that cling to the divine, wait on the divine, and it is the only way you have to achieve. Divine is all. So don't lament about the split milk past. Unless we break with the habits and the beliefs of the past, break with the habits and the beliefs of the past, that was good for the past, not for the now, or it will not be valid for the tomorrow. Everything it is keeping changing as with the change of your consciousness. There is little hope of advancing rapidly towards future with this bondage, with these attachments of the past. Again, to forget the past and to lose the habits of thinking is indeed difficult thing. For the realizes it is a difficult thing to lose the habits and to forget the past. It is difficult and generally requires a strong tapasya even to remember. जस्ट इमेजिन टू बिल्ड ए न्यू हाउस, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, इसको तोड़ के फिर नया एक बनाना और इसको रिपेयरिंग करना, ये प्रॉब्लम होता है. To repair it and to make build it new, that creates a problem and tapasya. But if you have faith in the divine grace and you implore it full heartedly, you will succeed more easily. That is the only divine grace that can help you and for the quicker progress. If it is there is no progress, no tapasya and no attempt from us, that will be a time consuming process. At every moment one must know how to lose everything in order to gain everything. That is the thing. Often we cling to the what is afraid of losing the result of the previous experience, afraid of losing the previous experience, of giving up the vast and high consciousness and falling again into the inferior state. So we are not able to leave it, we are afraid. So naturally, eventually we are falling into that trap only, a trap of the past. But we must always look forward and advance, leaving the past to stay in the past behind. Again, the present we see there are unique moments of life in life that pass like a dream. One must catch them on the wing, for they never return. Past is going, future becoming present. It is actually sliding very swiftly. So one must catch them on the wing, for they never return. This is present. And again, soar ever higher, ever further, without fear or hesitation. So try to soar because it is with you. The time is there with you. It is present. That is gracious. That is glorious. The hopes of today are the realization of tomorrow. So what you will hope tomorrow today, it will be real. It may be realized tomorrow. So if you dream big, naturally you will achieve big. What is the most important moment in life? That question is there. That is the present moment, more precious, most precious. For the past no longer exists and the future does not yet exist or does not exist. You may be there to achieve. It is a difficult question. And blessed are those who are ready to, who make a leap into the future. Again we are going to see the future. Blessed are those who make a leap towards the future. Each new dawn brings the possibility of a new progress. Each new dawn brings the possibility of a new progress. So you have to wait the dawn that must be glorious dawn from you to have the new progress. We move forward without haste. Without haste, we have to move forward. For we are sure of the future. The future is sure it will come. That certainty, that confidence must be there, and we have to march forward towards the future. But thing is that present must be very helpful, and we have to utilize. Again, mother quotes. I propose that we should simply do what is right and fair. Thing is that there must be no confusion, no contradiction between the right and wrong, fair and unfair. So, without thinking too much of the future, leaving it to the care of the divine grace, that is the best thing you can do. So, living on the present, past is gone, it is ever never to return. Future unseen, nobody has seen its face. So, it is better to wait and concentrate upon the present, that is precious.